Dun, da, 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 da. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, da-da-da, da-da-da, it is on Johnny Red Pill Seed. Oh, I'm getting quite good at that, love. I think I'm actually. Did you notice there was no crashes there? I feel like you want the crashes, but man, was I flying! I felt like, I've got my life has been a mischief. What? Why did I mispronounce mischief? I think it's because I've got a friend whose nickname is Chief. Let me find a picture of my mate Chief, and you tell me why you think he's called Chief. 1 second. Props for turning up for the matinee. Excuse me. Miraculously, I've got a few little clips to show you. The missus decided to go and have dinner. We've had lunch. Oh, I'll tell you what, I found a lovely bit of brie. Alan, you lovely bastard. Not late this time, my friend. Finished work or lunch break or feet up or let us know what you're doing. Nice one, Alan. The Labrador's on the firm as well. Oi, when I learned to talk, when I break a bone, exactly. Thank you, Johnny. Nice to have you here nice and early, Alan. Let me get that grift sorted out. You always remind me to get it out of the way. Oh, and I've also got to sort out, I've been forgetting to swap my Twitch. If I don't swap it from talk shows or something to podcasts, it's the difference between getting 4 people watching and 40. It's that simple. It's very peculiar. It's a very peculiar situation. But you can't set it as a default. I think you set it up once when you set up your Twitch account, and that's it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it after that. So, nice one, Alan. You can do a super chat like Alan. You can become a member of the channel, or you can do a sub entropy, which I've just put in the chat. It's also in the description. Or I've got Subscribestar. It's brilliant. It's same as Patreon, really. You can do one-offs, or you can drop a $5 or a $10 a month and then just forget about it. Well, don't forget about it, but you don't have to keep doing it. You know, that one. That's all in the description. Don't expect to get rich. Appreciate a few quid. I put a lot of time and effort into this. Got you a few interesting clips. Not what I haven't got you is the steady, Mr. Young, steady. What I have got you is some interesting ones, which I feel might. That's actually an impression of my Spanish uncle. That sounds like something. That sounds sensual, doesn't it? We got a new one, people. Spanish uncle. What happened last night? Well, I took her home, right? And she said, do you want me to go downstairs? And I said, yeah, all right. And she said, will you go downstairs on me first? I got down there, Spanish uncle. I need to know what it means. In the chat, ladies and gentlemen, what is a Spanish uncle? What sensual, unexpected surprise is a Spanish uncle? Yeah, we've had a Welsh Elvis. We've got a Welsh Elvis. We've got a Maltese Christmas. We need Welsh Elvis was ours. What was the Welsh Elvis? I can't even remember what it was. Wasn't it getting? I don't even want to suggest. What is a Spanish uncle? No, it's got to be for it to have sort of cheap gutter humor that this channel thrives on. It's got a. I think I know what it is. Yeah, I think that's a Welsh Elvis. No, I don't know. No. Because I said it's when you went round Dutch cousin. Welsh Elvis is what? Hang on. Spanish uncle is where I've got it. It's where you go down to a lady. You go down to a lady. No, that's when you've used it. That's when you're using your cereal milk to top up your cup of tea because you've run out of milk. Alan, did you get your red wings? Wait, I got the new mouse. What's my red wings for? What am I am absolutely lost on that one. Did I get my red wings? Is this an American thing, Alan? Did I get my red wings? What did I go to get this morning? I can't believe it. It looks like I'm streaming with young Devon on Monday, which is exciting. So it's because I went off to look in the dictionary for red wings. You can get them once a month from your girlfriend. Alan, no, that's disturbing. Oh, Alan. No, I've never had them, but I've had girls that wanted to give me them. That was their thing. And I've never gone there. No. So, okay, so Red Wings is like a Welsh Elvis. It's like a Spanish uncle. I get you. All right, nice one. Thank you. That was very generous of you to make 3 donations because I didn't understand what Red Wings were. Hello, Riggs, back on the firm. Good to have you. Right. Did I put the entropy link in? I did, didn't I? I've done that. Here it is, just in case I didn't. It's also in the chat. So far, Alan is 100% the grift. And he's always very generous. Thank you very much. This is what I reckon a Spanish uncle is. Beautiful lady. You go downstairs. You go south. You're about to get your moves on. Here we go. Absolutely smooth. It's like a billiard ball. You're thinking, oh, here we go. You know. And also, by the way, this mad thing that your current day LGBT lobbying, yeah, you want me to shave my vagina so I look like a 4-year-old? You're some kind of pervert. Shaving female pubic hair came out of the feminism of the 60s because they wanted men to have better access to their clitoris so that they could pleasure them more. Look into it. Oh, they managed. So they done it for their own pleasure. We got used to it and into it, and then we got called pedophiles for doing it. What? Yeah. Nice one. Hang on. I have as well. Hang on. I'm with you, Alan. I'm with you. Don't worry, mate. Where is it, though? I can see it in the entropy, but I can't see it. So that's super cool timing. Nice one, Alan. Much appreciato. So right, so that's an interesting little turn of events, isn't it? You know, that is what mental partners do. That's got that sort of You know, I've had girlfriends, and men get like this in relationships too. It's that get you into a false sense of security and then punish you for it. You know, oh, hello, do you like doing so and so? Yeah, I do. All right, then me too. And then you do it, and they go, "How dare you treat me like a sex object?" You go, "Well, you told me you wanted to." Yeah, because I was scared. What? I wasn't. I didn't. You suggested it. All that nonsense. Hello, Howard. Good to see you. Hello, Yiz. Jess is on the firm. Insignificant Rube. Right, so you go down there. You're all prepped. Floss your teeth. About to floss them. You go down there. I am, you know what, Alan? I love it. I'm so enjoying being back. You know, I made a mistake, and it's great, and people are coming back as well. Anglo-Saxon, hey. Well, that's it. No, that's it. This is what I'm saying. It. You go down there, and it's like a billiard ball, but there's like a couple in between the vagino and the anusina. There's a couple of sort of 1.5 inch long pubic hairs between the vaginus and the casino. just give me a 1 in the chat if you think casino is a great word for an anus. Nah, I went down there. Spanish uncle, wasn't it? She had about 4 hairs in between the vagina and the casino. I just got this amazing it's like a joke. 2 scrubs walk into a pub and someone's sitting next to them just having a quiet pint. And when you're sitting on your own, you're listening, aren't you? Scrub 1 says to scrub 2, last night pulled this absolute salt. Absolutely gorgeous she was. Beautiful on the inside as well as the outside, obviously. Anyway, got down there. Spanish uncle. And he went, oh, no. Was it up near the vagina or down near the casino? And the geezer just spits his Guinness out, thinking, what the frick? Thank you, Aramis. I think from now on, that's the old casino. You know, you don't want to be putting your money on it. You don't want to be putting your money on it. I mean, red or black? Yes, I think so. Yes. There are owls with it too. Good call. As long as it's 1. Mortuary artist is glad that I'm cack. No worries. Very kind of you. Amazing. Glad you are cack. I mean, who was a Freudian slip? Did I say I was cack or did you? I don't know. Oh, Scorry, get me on Telegram. I put the stream link on it about 20 times. Catch me live in 20 minutes. In 19 minutes, I'll be streaming. 17 minutes if you want to see it. Anyway, Spanish uncles and all that aside. Now, of course, we're going to have to go and find out what a Spanish auntie is. I've already decided what a Spanish auntie is. A Spanish auntie is on a bloke, right? And this is what women talk about. Strangely, women talk about a bloke. Oh, how was that fella you pulled last night, Jane? Well, lovely bloke and really interesting too, very clever. But, you know, we got home and, you know, he was up for it and I was up for it. And so I took all my clothes off. And when he took his pants down, he had a Spanish auntie. Oh, no. And of course, as you all know, because we do work largely telepathically in the glorious House of Scrubs, a Spanish auntie is when the pubic mound, there's a big pubic mound of hair combined with a very small penis. So you can only actually see the glands poking out the end of a big lot of hair, much like the appearance of your regular Spanish auntie, like a lot of hair and a little bit of face sticking out. 2 in 1 stream is absolutely wonderful. So it was an accident. Well, I'm glad you're not cack. Come on, imagine. I mean, Jared responding with "Oh my" suggests you might be. Hello, Yiz. I can't eat mix. Robs. Oh, I get it. No. Well, the casinos in London. Hey! This is awesome. I'm banned from most of the casinos in Soho. Won't let me in. No, you don't want to get your Spanish uncle and your daddy crispy. Oh, I thought you were saying you don't want to get them mixed up. But no. Although I have, if you listen to, I think it's Dangerfield Sunday Prescription Edition 16. I did once lower my ball sack into my girlfriend's baked beans. I asked her, I said, she was so straight, this girl. I was with her for nearly 6 years. But she was like so straight and normal and had never done anything. Oh my God! I'm bloody streaming. I thought you'd be gone for hours. Oh my days! Look at that. Crash helmet and popcorn.
Hello.
Darling, have you got a Spanish uncle? Say no.
No.
Good.
Which Spanish uncle?
Have I got a Spanish auntie? Say no.
No.
Yay!
What? I don't.
What do you want to ask?
Huh?
What is a Spanish uncle?
No.
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh, all right. Don't spray me with your COVID gum.
Aye.
Sorry, love. I thought you were going to be gone for hours. I think you need to undo it here.
Nothing more.
You all right? You want me to do that, do you? Or you just want some attention? There you go. Nothing like taking your girlfriend's helmet off. All right, love. Well, look, I'm going to do this for about an hour, yeah?
1 hour.
Come on. I thought you were going out for dinner.
It's okay, I'm joking.
Oh, she's only joking. Yeah, I'm banned from most of the casinos in Soho. So I feel like I've missed a lot of... what are you after? Is that a real Pocari sweat? Ah, it's just water. Oh, she's great stuff. Shell Bobs. Hey, Shell Bobs says hello.
Hello, Shell Bob.
There you go. Hello,
Shell Bob, you okay, Shell Bob?
There you go. You're getting asked all sorts of questions. No, she's great. She's great. Oh.
Hello, Shell Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about that, Lumi, but I think we'll stop at the 2 because otherwise we'll forget them all. Yeah, but I'm not sure it's gonna come up too often. But the thing was, right, she was a very successful woman, earned a fortune. She'd turn up at my house in her Prada suit and her 10 grand laptop. I mean, very high up. She was like boss of a very, very well-known fine dining restaurant chain. And I wasn't. Me and my mates would just be around my house. Bifters, vows, smack. And she'd turn up all looking like a city girl. And I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm like you too. And she'd go, okay, should we go and eat in Mayfair tonight? There's this lovely restaurant I've heard of. It's all the rage. And I'd be like, I suppose so. Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, she was around my house once, and I was treating her to, a bit of my own cooking, a bit of sausage, mash, and beans. Oh, when you mix the beans and the mashed potato, that's the nuts. Anyway, talking of nuts, it just I don't know why, but I said to her, Can I dip my balls in your baked beans? And she was like, what, really? I said, I'm not going to pretend. I really want to. And she went, well, I suppose so. So I gave her the instruction. Oh, I got a lovely load of popcorn. You'll see me gannet that down in the mouthfuls in a minute. So she held the plate out about knee height. And then I lifted, I raised the snake. I sort of pulled the drawbridge up so that I was just like, strap her hanging. Remember that song? 9 a.m. on a New York subway. Strapper hanging. So it was like sacker hanging. No red sac syndrome, no jock itch, just a nice, clean, healthy sack of testicular. And then, so using my yoga skills, I put my hands behind my back to give it like a sort of a Buddhist sort of feel. And then I just slowly lowered until my sack sort of flattened onto a plateau of beans. And then I just enjoyed the warmth for a couple of seconds, then retracted and went and showered it off. And she carried on eating her dinner as if nothing happened. So that happened then. Someone just said something hilarious. Without a doubt, no, it was well, if you can, we all know the crazy, what is it, the hot crazy ratio thing. Well, this is one who lied to me and told me she had cancer. So if you know the mad, yeah, she was a bucket of disgrace. Which has its in the the journey of man. So I'm not suggesting you do it, but it's often worth trying. You know what? I'll ask her. I think she said she actually finally got some tablets. Darling, how's your mum's arm?
Mama.
Them asking.
Ito no English.
No, but how is it? Good, bad, okay, a little bit better?
Yeah.
What one?
Huh?
Yeah, good, bad, bit better?
A little bit better but hard.
A little bit better but hurts. But I think your sister bought her some tablets, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I buy tablet every month.
There you go. So they finally got us some.
Here, look.
Yeah, beans means balls. You know the old saying. 56 varieties.
What?
Cheeky bastard. Oi. Hello, LC350. So look, I'm not suggesting. Well, I know you're a young lady, Jess, but you'll find out that men are. They're not right. No, another 5 years with her. Well, that was the thing. I remember as I was, as my landing gear was opening and my undercarriage was, lowering again. I remember thinking, hang on a minute. Was it her that said she likes them like they're done in a greasy spoon when they've been in the pan all day, like bubbling, so there's not a lot of liquid left? In which case, I'm going to have red bean ball sack syndrome. But they're all right. They're all right. They recovered. Yeah, you can see it like that. And this is why we do this. That's the line I was looking for. Thank you, Anglo. It's always nice to know that, I'm not alone in these things. It's, it's my take on the genitals in your wife's dinner. I just done it. Oh, Jess has already learned that. Well, that would probably get me a ban. So you're just going to have to imagine them. I mean, look, picture a couple of very ripe plums hanging in a slightly damp chamois leather, and you're halfway there. Well, I don't, because in England, well, maybe you're treated to this culinary insult in America. You can get baked beans with little pork sausages in them. There you go, Willow. We got it. Oh, by the way, people, got a bit unpleasant earlier with Jean de Valet, who's been a scrub for a while. He hasn't emailed me. I don't know whether you thought I handled that well, but I did offer him help. I did offer him help, and as yet I have no email. I checked an hour after the stream, and I checked just before I streamed. So I don't really know what was going on there, but I hope he's all right. You know, we've all screwed up occasionally. But in my experience, and by experience, I also know about, you know, I've read the psychology on it. People who say they're people who are having suicidal ideation tend to do it. You know, people don't talk about that sort of thing if they're not serious. So it's be a terrible shame. A friend, someone I was at college with, who was not my mate but very good friends with one of my very good friends, killed himself a couple of days ago. It's well, not really, Ian. No, I don't want to. You know, it was a good try, but you know, well, if you're talking we as in wee, perhaps, but if you're talking we as in the Scottish for small, no. It wasn't a gland situation. It was all bag. I don't think I'd have got away with actually laying the snake down. Is Adele in here? Adele and Lost Snake. Hello, Philip. Good to see you. Yeah, I must admit, Jess, I like them. I don't know. Lord knows what they're made of. You know, salt, flour, ash, foreskin, stuff they grow in laboratories. I'm not sure it's a meat thing, but there's something really nice about them. However, warning, company is coming. Don't overdo them, because what I used to do, because we lived in the squat with too many of us, I used to do most of the cooking because no one else could cook, but they thought they could, and it was just like, oh, do I have to eat this shit? And one night I had to put about 4 cans of them into a big pan, and I thought, well, seeing as I'm doing all the grafting here, I will have more than my fair share of those little bugger sausages, because when we had them at my house as a kid, there's only like 5 in a tin, and so you get 1 1/5 each, and that's if my old man hadn't dipped in and grabbed one to, you know, make it equal by being greedy and unequal. So I've had about 8 of them. I thought I will just, you know, I'll have loads. Turns out Heinz have done their research. Too many of those little they're only like your little finger, aren't they? But too many. I can barely go near them now. I mean, if I was really hungry, desert island, you know, that sort of thing. Terrible times. Hello, Don. Aramas is suggesting that bugger sausage is a bisicular wordage. What is bisicular? I like the sound of it. I like the signifier, but I haven't got a clue what it means. Let's have a look. Let's all learn. I mean, maybe some of you know it. I've never heard of it. How's he spelling it? Let's go back. Basilia. Basilia. Not you. That's a... Nah, man. That ain't a word. I mean, it is because you've used it, but I think it's a typo. That's a damn shame. Did you mean peculiar with a P? Peculiar. But I quite like Basilia. Basilia is lovely. It's a cross between a flower and a sexually transmitted disease. Oh, you know, many of the STDs are like that, like chlamydia. You know, it's like a romance, isn't it? It's, you know, I spent 20 years with the beautiful chlamydia, gonorrhea, lovely names, Basilia. I suppose we're going to have to give exactly that, Moslab. I suppose we're going to have to define Basilia now. This has got to be the last one. Johnny likes a touch of basilia. Right, Spanish auntie. Spanish auntie is a glans that is too small to quite make it out of the pubic mound. So you can only see the gland. There's no shaft because it's, you could have a very big penis, but if the pubic mound is covering it, that's still a Spanish auntie. But most likely it's going to be a combination of small shaft, big mound, and just a little glans, which has got the visual impact of a Spanish auntie because they tend to have moustaches. Jokes, because everyone's equity in that. Spanish uncle will be the surprising and unwanted couple of stray strands on the perineum. Is that annually or anally? And casino, good lord. And now we've added basicular to it. Anyone got a definition for basicular? Hello, Ralph. Jared will never say pubic mound. Well, I used to call it pubic mondus, but I think it's not called that. It's called something like mondus pubis. Lumi will know. What's the proper name for a pubic mound, Lumi? Is it mondus pubis mondus or something? A basicular casino. I know what it is because Bear, wasn't it originally spelt with? Oh, wasn't he? It's one that's played double dragon, if you know what I mean. It's less round, more elongated. Pubis mons, not mons pubis. Well, it's much, now we're getting into legal terms, aren't we? What is it? The mens rea? What's the other one? Chin rest is awesome. Lumi's suggesting peculiar thing is arranged in a circle. Yeah, I see what you've done there. That's it. No, not mens rea. We're not getting back to going to the casino. Mens rea is a legal term, and there's another one, actus reus. Good call, Andrew. So I think actus reus is the actual. I occasionally get these two round the wrong way. The actus reus is the actual. So say it's a murder, shooting someone is the actus reus, but the mens rea is the intention to shoot them. If someone can, there are guilty mind and guilty act. Lovely, nice one, Honey Monster. This is such good quality streaming. It really is. It really is. Now I'll tell you a funny story. Not funny. It involves death. A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend was paid to go and kill someone. Right? True story. True story. And he went round there, and the geezer was asleep on his sofa. Classic assassination. Shot him in the heart and then shot him between the eyes. All right? This happened. Went to Crown Court. The geezer got caught and all that. However, the man was already dead. The man had taken an overdose because he knew that there was a price on his head and it weren't a lot. It was only about a monkey or something. So he killed himself. So the bloke goes round there, put 2 bullets in a dead body. So the defense and the prosecution were arguing about the mens rea, going down a casino, and the actus rea, because although he didn't murder anyone, he had the mental intention to. It's interesting, isn't it? He's still done 8 years. So it's interesting from the outside, but, you know. Yeah, you know, and possession of a firearm without a license and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Would he really, though? Because you can't get... Can you do someone for... Can you murder a dead person? I'm not sure you can kill someone who's already dead. Hello, Albert. Now people are just dropping in interesting phrases. In flagrante delicto. Another legal term, he thinks. Here we go. In flagrante delicto. I mean, you know, we have taught Italian here. It's an adverb. In the very act of wrongdoing, especially in the act of sexual misconduct. So, if you were to piss up the wall in a casino, at a men's casino, getting them all in here, amazing. He had been caught in flagrante with the wife of the association's treasurer and her Spanish auntie. Nice one, Albert. Yeah, you're on this game. So that's one of them, isn't it? But I think that's what he got done for, and the possession of a firearm. But he didn't get done for murder. I know that for sure. Yeah, but that's what we're debating, Wolfie. That's the difference between the mens rea and the actus reus. Intended murder, but in a court of law, that's exactly what we're saying. That's exactly the distinction we're sort of talking about. What were the charges? Murder. No, didn't kill anyone. He intended to, though. So that would be where the prosecution done him up. LC 350 had a little I don't know how long you've been in the chat, LC, but if that's an intentional, I don't know about putting casino and ribeye in the same sentence. Much appreciate the 10 spot. I felt a bit bad. My man Alan, well, Agnes, in fairness, was keeping the stream a go. Jean de Valet, I didn't hear from you. Good to hear from you. How are you? The way everyone gets caught in those circles, someone grasped him up. You look at nearly every. This is England anyway. I don't know what it's like in America. You look at nearly every crime solved. It will be based on information received, which is a distracting way of saying they had a paid informant. And that smack game is absolutely riddled with grasses. Of course it is. They'll do anything for a tenner, so you can imagine what they'll do for a monkey. Alan's got to go back to work. Thanks for picking mine up. Oh, it's a pleasure, Alan. That's a shame. We'll have to get you some kind of snide little television. Or, I don't know. Something. There must be some way around this. But enjoy yourself. Have a good day at work. Ow.
Ow.
You all right?
You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be like that. Thank you very much, LC350. Did you really have a win at the casino? Or have you been here a while? Please tell me. Oh my God, he did. So you don't know. Oh, hang on, I'm getting confused. Were you here when we were discussing Spanish uncles and casinos? That's what I need to know. I mean, the 10 bit's wonderful, but I'm just needing to ask you. If you didn't, when the stream's finished, go and watch the beginning and you'll have a proper laugh. You'll have a proper laugh. Hang on a minute. Hello, Charlie. Yeah. Oh, hang on a minute. Raw and Sunshine drops 25 bond on the firm. Love. Simple as that sometimes, isn't it? Absolutely wonderful of you, Ra. Oh. I know saying absolutely wonderful while I'm stuffing popcorn into my face like there's no tomorrow. You know, takes the edge off it slightly, but, you know. Thank you, Ra. That's freaking amazing. Oh, well, I'm LC 350, you said yes, but I still don't know where you are with Casino. It doesn't matter, really. But if you missed it, watch it and you'll have a proper giggle. See you later, years. Take care. Well, I'm glad you had a win at the casino. I am, you know. What a strange. I don't think any scrub has ever said I had a win on the casino. And the day we redefine the word casino, an OG scrub says I had a win at the casino, and then says gets a ribeye. I mean, this is getting. Thank you, Ra. Appreciated. No, it's just it's a weird one actually. It's not the one I make. It's not like the sun-kissed one, which I find too salty. They're not. They haven't got a sweet tooth really in Cambodia. It's kind of like, what are you eating? She's over there with her own damn food. My girlfriend's eating this. Hang on, I've got an handful of popcorn. Yeah, I'll put that in her hand. Darling, can you tell us? I mean, I know it's sweet corn, but what else is in there? Sweet corn, and what else? What's that?
Carrot.
No, that. It's meat.
Mm.
What animal?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know what the animal is.
Mm.
That's all right, isn't it? Bit of a gamble. Yeah, I'll swap you.
Bigger?
No, I don't know what the meat is. Oh. No, nice. Smells nice. You enjoy it. She was looking for frogs the other night. That's why I wasn't going to try that. I don't want to. I'm scared to say anything now because I was just about to say I don't ever want an accidental frog. But, you know, we've all had them. Hello, Vinny. She eats a lot of seaweed and she has had squid flavored seaweed. And we have these quite a lot as well. And there you go. And there's your, I think that might be prawn, that one. Darling, is this prawn or squid? Huh? Prawn or squid? Oh. This one? I don't know. Well, one of them is squid flavour. Yeah. But she eats a lot of seaweed, and I've been getting into it as well because I looked it up on the internet, and apparently seaweed is absolutely like nutrition. It's like a nutrition bomb. Hello, Plastic African. Oh, excuse me. Vincent, you probably missed it, but she occasionally buys frogs, right? And she brings them back from the market and she puts them on the chopping board. And it looks like, imagine you got an action man, right? Same size as an action man, skinned it and chopped his head off. Because it's got a torso, 2 legs, 2 arms, and it's got veins and, you know, it looks like 2 very little human headless bodies on the chopping board. For breakfast. You want some? And you know, it's rude going, no. You know, she likes it, so I don't. But it's sometimes a bit of a struggle when I've just opened my eyes and there's 2 frogs splayed out on the chopping board, and I'm like, no, I'm all right. I'm going to go some cornflakes. Well, but actually, Brad, that's what my mother said. When I told my mother that my missus eats, why the hell is entropy playing up? Hang on, I'm just refreshing entropy because that shouldn't be happening. That's better. Sorted. Now I can see. I said to my mum that sometimes my girlfriend eats frogs because we're talking about. Years gave another donation. I missed it. Sorry, Years. I'll have to put that up on the screen. I'll put it on my Telegram or something. If you're still about, Years, I just caught your second one. We've got someone on. Oh, I've got to change my bloody Twitch settings, haven't I? Yeah, I said to my mum about when we go over to England. My mum's like, well, what's she going to eat when she gets here? I said, I don't know. We'll sort it out. She said, what does she eat? I said, well, today she's had frogs, some kind of stomach lining. You know, what they call it, tripe. Give me a 1 in the chat if you eat tripe and enjoy it. You know, I don't mean you've had it once or something. If it's something you buy from the butchers and fry it up or whatever you do with it. Not to judge you. It's just, I'm just interested. Who likes tripe? I think tripe is stomach lining, right? Or is it all in insides? Oh, come on, Twitch. Don't let me down. But yeah, when I said frogs, my mum said, well, I've had the legs. Willow would like to try it. I mean, they have it out here in the markets, big slabs of it. Looks like a sponge. It looks like a sort of translucent sponge. Plastic Catherine said it tastes like arse. And how do you know what arse tastes like? You've been to the casino recently. Tripe is like a white blanket. Vinny, never eaten it, but used to trade in it. Oh, come on, Twitch. Why are you such a... Search for a category. Search for a category and you don't give it to me. Right. There it is. There it is. Gotcha. Now just always leave it like that now. Right. Sorry, people. I know that's dull, but Twitch sent me 70 quid once. And I thought, well, that's all right. If it just means I've got to change it to just chatting every day. I mean, it's only like once every 6 months, but me too. My neighbour used to bring it round, and like she'd bring a bowl round, and it would just have like a white surface. And I remember once sort of rubbing my finger on it and thinking it was wax. And then my mum's put a bit of cling film over it and said, I said, what is that? She said, it's for your dad when he gets home from work. So I'm like, 8 years old or something, and I'm well curious. So I undo the cling film, scrape a bit of this white stuff off, and I just think, oh God, it's just like wax. Dad comes home, and Mum puts it on a plate for him, load of bread with it, and of course, when he pushes it, because I was like really curious, like looking over the bowl, thinking, oh, what's going to go on here then? Is he just going to, have it? Got a knife, and as he cut down into it, the wax seal that I thought it was sort of tilted up, and what looked like innards, just bloody clotted, Lord knows what was sort of underneath it, and he just spreading it on his bread, and he was like proper going, oh, lovely that, oh, nice one. Mrs. Morris used to give it to us. Bread and dripping. I mean, it's yeah. There you go. I thought you'd like something like that. What? But I think it's just lard, isn't it, Jean? I think it's just lard, bread and dripping. It's just animal fat, right? It's animal fat and dripping. You can't get suet. What do you do for dumplings? Moody fuckers nailed it. Yeah, it tastes like it as well. But some people love it. I think they didn't have much choice, though, Don, in fairness. Plastic African, right, hold yourselves back a bit, people. This is a trigger warning. It's guts. I think he's talking about tripe. It's guts, so it's got a sort of deep down fecal thing. It's not that good. You got to wash it a lot, then boil it, then use lots of chili over it too. It's not good. It's not for me. No, it's not for me. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Not tripe, but I like some offal. But is liver considered offal? And kidneys? Because I used to have kidneys with my Sunday dinner just because my dad did. And they were all right. But these days I'm a bit, especially over here, sometimes my missus will get a plate of them. Like she'll go to one of the street foods and it's just a plastic bowl of kidneys. And then she puts this sort of sauce on it and eats the lot. And apparently they are very, very nutritious. Philip, that's just, so that's verging on medieval. But, there you go. Going along with what Philip just said. Boil it in milk and butter. My parents used to give it to me as a kid. Mouse cat, hello, mate. I've eaten a fair bit in France. It can be hidden and well flavoured. Yeah, but I'm not sure if you want your food hidden, do you? That's interesting that fat is excellent nutrition. I mean, I suppose animal fat. I can see why animal. No, sweetbreads aren't brain. No, sweetbreads, I think, come from this part of an animal, the neck. Let's check that one out. I think Lumia probably know. I've got a funny story about sweetbreads. Sweetbread is a culinary name for the thymus, also called the throat, gullet, or neck sweetbread. Or pancreas, also called the belly or gut sweetbread. So, I go through a rehab centre, the only one that ever done me any good. And when I say any good, I mean that these are the people that taught me gratitude and acceptance, and I bang on about them all the time. Changed my life. The boss of that treatment centre became my sponsor. He's always still there for me whenever I need any help with anything. One day I decided to take him and someone else he sponsored who just got through rehab out for dinner in a lovely restaurant in Soho. I can't remember the name of it now. It's weird how you get older. I used to go there like twice a week. Someone here might know it. It's on Dean Street. It's opposite where the Colony used to be. Can't remember what it's called. Nice big old restaurant though. And so I said, have whatever you want. Mickey, doxed, but it won't matter. He had linguine, seafood linguine, a classic, lovely. Bit of white wine in there, some mussels, all that. Linguine, bird's tongue spaghetti, basically. And my sponsor, I can't remember what he had, but something simple. I think he had some mince or something, the mince and carrots. And I thought, sweetbread. Never, I didn't know what it was, but I thought, well, I'll... It wasn't the wimpy, no. It wasn't the wimpy. Sorry, I've got a little inedible bit of popcorn running around my mouth. So I thought I'll go for something a little bit. I thought I'd try something new. When it said sweetbread, for some reason in my head, I thought it was going to be like a, what do they call it? Meatloaf. I think loaf, bread. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be a slightly sweet meatloaf. Anyway, this plate turns up like this sort of brown sauce with these little really weird bits of gristle in it. And now, rather than just going, what the fuck have I bought? Actually, mate, can I change this? Because it was a posh enough restaurant where if you just said, no, I've made a mistake. Yeah, malt loaf with a bit of butter, please, mum. Toasted. Exactly that, Willow. This is a mistake I've made. Well, it's not guts. These were from here. And I'm eating it, and it's just like gristle. It's like a gland. Not glands. It's just a gland. And the other kid said to me, he said, what are you having? I went, oh, sweetbreads. He went, what's that? And my sponsor said, he said, it's the it's like a gland from the neck of the sheep. And I was like, that's great. That's great. And I ate it all. And I'm not usually like that, but I really respected this bloke, and I really wanted, you know, which is weird because when you really respect someone, you should be honest. I should have said, fuck this, man. I don't want to eat neck glands for dinner. But tonsils. Yeah, she's really, really on the attention here. I don't think I haven't noticed. Are you all right, love? Oh, Gaffney, don't say that. Thank you, darling. You've got to wonder why. And I bet it, I wonder if it was because, I wonder whether it was a poor people's food, you know, centuries ago. And they're not going to call it neck glands. They're not going to call it belly gullet, or what is it? Thymus gland. Mum, can I have some thymus on toast? So they called it sweetbreads. Oh, excuse me. Hang on, someone said it, something hilarious. The bit that goes bang. Steady. Tread carefully. She is. Where did she? I'm a bit worried where she is. I thought she was out for a few hours, or I wouldn't have streamed. But I'm not stopping now because I'm enjoying this. We're having an absolute blast today. This has been hilarious. I am. Well, I've got a load of videos sorted as well. I'm going to just stuff my face with more of this because although my bread and brie was wonderful, it wasn't enough. And you know, if you're not eating enough, you're not going to do well. So, bit of nutritious popcorn. Mad Lizzie says sweat breath. Charlie, when I first tried sheep brains, it ruined anything al gillo for me. Fried in garlic. Because you associated the taste of garlic with brain. Okay, I can understand that. Actually, that might be what I had. What are sweetmeats? No, I definitely had the neck. I definitely had that neck thing. Actually, Albert, you're right. I typed in sweetbreads. Hang on, that is what we're talking about. Sweetmeats. Right, what are sweetmeats? No, they're just sweets. Yeah, they're sweets. Lovely. Hang on. No. What are considered sweetmeats? And then it says sweetbreads are an organ from the thymus gland. It's all getting a bit confusing. We're going to have to get off this topic now. I prefer talking about Spanish aunties and wins at the casino. Oh, Wolfie eats seasonally. Apparently, that's very good for you. I mean, it's pretty hard to not out here because it's one season. Seasonal protein. Bass and bream now. Pheasants and rabbits soon. Chuck the gunky bits back at nature. Something will eat it. There you go. Aramas ate a donkey sausage. Yeah, I had a woman at work who worked at Newmarket give me some horse meat. Couldn't do it. I just a bit squeamish. It was really rich, really rich. Well, it was probably owned by some Saudi millionaire, so it was absolutely minted. But and then I gave it to my mate. I said, I'll give your dog this. His dog wouldn't even eat it. And it was a staff. And I used to feed my staff on raw meat. And if a dog won't eat it, I wonder if it ever won any races. Well, if anyone's had jelly and ice cream, they've had trotters, haven't they? Because jelly is gelatin and gelatin is made of trotters. But my granddad used to buy a bag of trotters. My granddad used to be how to cook. He used to cook French food all the time, and he used to do things with trotters. I think he shaved them. I've got an image of him with, what is that plane? It's a wood plane. I think we've talked about it before. It's a long thing with a blade in the middle. And you can push it or you can pull it. I've got memories of seeing my granddad doing that to pig's trotters to get like little. I think he put it in certain things to thicken it. And you know, English cooking. Hello, Boris. How are you, mate? English cooking is traditionally known as nose to tail cooking, because traditional English cooking from the Victorian period, you didn't throw anything away. Whether you were rich or poor, you didn't throw anything away. You ate from the nose to the tail. And why wouldn't you? You know, we've become very sort of sensitized to what we're actually eating. I remember, that's it, a spoke shave, exactly that. Nice one. What did I remember? Oh yeah, I remember going to a KFC the first time I went to Thailand, and I got a chicken zinger, and I bit into it, and the meat in the zinger was brown, and I took it up to the jump and said, "Hey, this," I spat it out. I said, "This meat's brown. It's meant to be white," and they were like, "No, it's meant to be brown." And then an American person told me that in America you can choose. You can go into your KFC and you say, "I want a zinger," and they say, "Do you want white or brown meat?" And the brown meat is obviously cheaper because it hasn't been bleached and processed or whatever. And I absolutely agree with you on that, Moslab. There have been times when I have been not starving, but mad camping trips where we had no money or whatever. And on the third day, when we managed to nick some money, I think we had a couple of sweets, like plastic candy, chocolate flavored candy, and it was like the best thing. Oh no, I'll tell you when it was. What I'm thinking, Mark, who comes in here sometimes. Me and Gail from the Crack Diaries, we were so skint. We went round Mark's house once and said, "Have you got any food we can have?" And they were skint and had 3 kids. But they give us like a little cabbage and 1 potato and a few gravy granules and a bit of cling film. So we went home and boiled the potatoes, mashed it, boiled the cabbage, and then used the water for the gravy with the gravy granules. And it was the best meal I've ever eaten, because we hadn't eaten for a week. We'd been just smoking crack. And yeah, we were absolutely, it was lovely. That's terrible, Baz. Baz, I don't usually say this, but watch your stream from the beginning when you finish, because it's been a real crack. It's been a real laugh. Horace, do you like Pynchon? Interesting figure. There's only one photograph of him, and it was when he was in the Navy. You know, considered one of the most important contemporary American writers, and he's managed to avoid the whole fame game. What's the most famous one? The Crying of Lot 42 or something. I read Pynchon when I was at art school. I found it a bit. Yes, I understand you have to put work into these things, but having said that, he's very much like Foster Wallace. So maybe I should go back. There you go. I didn't think you'd be into all that postmodern mumbo jumbo. Did you have a look at that article I sent you? Yeah, well, that's the other one. That's the other one that are considered. They're the two that are considered the most accessible, aren't they? Oh, it's always been like that. We don't mess around here. You enjoyed it. Have you read any David Foster Wallace, Horace? Yeah, Baz. When we're done, I would suggest checking out the beginning. The first 20 or so minutes was a proper laugh. Right, let's have a look at these videos, because I've got to spend some time with my missus because she's going home tomorrow. Mwah, 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 mwah. Darling, I love you. I love you.
You love me?
I love you.
Wow, amazing.
Do you love me? Do you love me?
Yeah, I love you too.
That's good, huh?
I love you
1,000,000%. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at some of these videos. Now, as always, this is the internet. And as such, some of you are going to have seen these. Check out this, right? It's about 3 minutes, but who can I trust in here? Rags is in here. Moslab's in here. Rags or Moslab, let us know that we've got audio, can you? Not that I don't trust anyone else in here, but when people go muted, no sound, and it's funny, but it screws it up for everyone. So this is as far as I can work out, this is legit. I mean, a lot of you would have seen it. It's had like 6 million views, but it did tickle me. Nice one. I'll see you there, Rex. Right, here we go. 3.5 minutes. I don't know whether you saw it, but this is a radio conversation between a US aircraft carrier, I think, with a few other boats protecting it, and some kind of Spanish vessel. I don't want to spoiler report it. Nice one on the sound. I mean, in fairness, the subtitles make more sense anyway. Wow. Hang on. I knew there was a long build up, and I thought a few of you would be thinking, this isn't entertainment, this is just rubbish. But that was worth it, wasn't it? We have 2 dogs, there's 2 of us, 2 beers, and a canary that's asleep. You can imagine that American captain thinking, what the fuck's going on here? Well, I thought you might find that funny. Now, I've got another little video for you. I've got a... Is it really? I looked into it. Oh, that's terrible to find out. Ah, that's a terrible shame. Are you sure? Damn. Well, I'm glad I didn't know when I watched it, because it, you know, that's sort of taking a bit away from it. Right, now I'm going to tell you something. I had a friend who volunteered to work at the London Marathon. You know, volunteered to work at the end of the London Marathon. So when people come in and they've completed the marathon, they get that metal sheet wrapped around them so they don't cool down too quick and get sick. And you know, they get some water and what do they call it? Picari sweat, is it? Like, it replaces, what are those things called? Something salts and sugars, I think they are. Right, hello John Palmer, you've missed an absolute classic. Right, all right Philip, look after that grass. Now, electrolytes, nice one IR, exactly that. So when you finish the marathon, you get your metal sheet around you, you get an electrolyte drink, and you know, made sure you're all right. But as a lot of you all know, those people coming to the end of a marathon, they're like proper spazzing. They're like, because it's not actually that healthy for people who haven't been training for years to do it. And you get these people who go, I'm going to run a marathon. I'm only going to train for 3 months, so I'll be all right. I'm young. And it fucks them up. And what my mate said to me, and this is not a lot. I tried to read Being and Time, but you know, there's so many language tricks in it. You know, there's so many you know, the translation, you know, there's so many footnotes and then so many brackets, and it's like in German, blah blah means blah blah, and so blah blah, and you're like, yeah, I think my time will be doing something else. So that's kind of it, really. I mean, he's come up in a couple of other writers I've read, but no, the answer would be no, really. Now this, yeah, and a participation medal, of course, for like hundreds of thousands of people. But what he also told me was, at the end of most marathons, there are rivers of shit, right? There are rivers of shit. And he says, when you watch a marathon and you see the people that are coming in, like they have got cerebral palsy, he said, they're the ones. He said, and it got to the point where we were getting used to it. And so when, you know, if someone's a bit knackered, but getting there, no problem. Full metal jacket, electrolyte drink, tap on the back, sign your name off. But if they saw someone coming in a bit like that, no one wanted to go near them, because they knew that once they're over that finish line, they're going to hit the deck and they're going to empty their bowels. And most of them, a couple of hours before the race, would have had a load of pasta, a complex carbohydrate. And yeah, so let's have a look. You're not going to see any rivers of shit here, but you're going to see the people that he said to me, when all the volunteers at the end who were wrapping these people up and giving their electrolytes, when someone come along like that, which is what we're going to have a look at some, everyone would be like, trying to dodge them, you know, trying to find something else to do, because they didn't want to see another person fall over and go, because then you have to help them. You thought you were just going to be giving them a metal coat, but no, they can't clean themselves up. They've got no energy. No, you've got to go and get a hose or a bucket of water and give them a good wash down. So there is none of that to be seen, but there is some absolute madness. You know, sport, I thought sport was meant to be healthy, but so many sports people are injured later in life. Their bodies are fucked because they just put too much into it. It's ridiculous. I listened to this. I had a PT once. When I first started going to the gym, I used to go with a bloke who was a prison orderly. I wasn't in prison. He'd done 10 years inside, and so he was the prison orderly, and he taught me how to lift weights. He died. He drunk himself to death in the end, poor bastard. And so when I went to a gym in Soho, I thought I'll get a personal trainer for about 5 weeks, just to, you know, get me back to speed on where I am, what weights I should be lifting, what, you know, and then fuck him off, because I know how to train. I just wanted to know what level I was at to do it safely. And the personal trainer said to me, he said, gyms are terrible places for humans. He said, humans aren't made to lift heavy weights. You know, and you know, he said, to build muscle, you've got to rip your muscles open. That's how you build them. It's scar tissue. And he said, and not only that, gyms are designed in such a way that people go onto the machines and not the free weights. And he said, free weights are about your best way to train. But the problem with them is you're in and out, because you can do it relatively quickly. If you're supersetting or something, you're in and out. But they want people, no, it's the other way around. They want people getting on the machines, thinking that doing that 10 times, and then they're out in 30 minutes. Whereas if you're doing free weights properly, it's an hour and a half session. Anyway, so all this sport lark, it can go too far. So let's have a look at some of these prannies. And just imagine, you know, I'm no doctor, but let's have a look at some of these people. I haven't watched a lot of this, but I've watched enough to know that I don't think they're doing themselves much good. Let's just say that much. Look at him, look. Yeah, you're crawling over the finish line on your hands and knees. Yeah, your casino's about to open, mate.
Oh, please, sir. Hey, you want to finish? Okay, you finish, no problem. Paramedic! Wait a little bit. Paramedic!
Who's calling a paramedic? Look.
Medic!
Oh, Ella, did you see it? Did you see the water come out? Yeah, mate, your ankle's broken. Stop. No, you need to lay down. What a fucking idiot. You know, pain is one of the best things our body's got on the go. That's what pain is for. No, I can slag them off because they're dedicated to a foolish endeavor. You know, what happens in the morning when they can't walk? What happens when they've got back problems for life? It's Mrs. Me in it. That's me walking home in high heels after a night out. Come on, Mrs. Me in it. You put your flats in your handbag. You should know that by now. But I do admire a lady who will do the heels for the whole night. But exactly. And then it's down the NHS, then it's taxpayers, just because he was too dumb to realise he's not fit enough to do this work. He's not fit enough to do this sport. Hello, that weren't meant to happen. Let's have a look at some more of these heroes.
ఉదయం ఉన్నటువంటి మంచు మూలంగా చాలా తీవ్రంగా ఇబ్బందులు ఎదుర్కొన్నామని చెప్తున్నారు. ఈ క్రమంలోనే ఈ రోజున 5 అభ్యర్థులు ఒకే బ్యాచ్ లో ఫస్ట్ బ్యాచ్ లోనే 5 అభ్యర్థులు కుప్పకూడటంతో మొత్తం అంతా కూడా ఆందోళనకరమైన వాతావరణం ఇబ్బందులు పడటంతో పాటు వారికి సంబంధించి కూడా కనీసం నిలబడేందుకు కనీసం వేయలేని పరిస్థితి.
If you're being helped over the line, I'm not sure you've actually managed to complete the race.
పశ్చిమ గోదావరి జిల్లాలో కనిపిస్తుంది.
Dead.
Number 580, that's Kimberly Schwanbauer. And she has a place in Hawaii within her grasp. She's leading her age group, but then the course starts to take its toll. Now on behalf of Greg
Go on,
and
girl,
thanks
you
to
can do
everyone
it.
here in St. Croix.
Oh my
Thank you for
days.
joining us. The
You've
2008
missed the
edition
finish
of the
line.
St. Croix Ironman 70.3. And for Kimberly Schwanbauer.
Look at them, hands all over her ass. You'll be right, love.
2, 53, 54, 55, 56.
They can't really see that one. Here we go. An athlete. There you go. Fit as a fiddle. He's regretting those lagers. Come on, son, you can do it. Come on, mate. Here we go. He cannot move. He cannot move. He's out cold.
This clip was taken on Saturday during.
There you go. Now, some people might be able to tell me. I mean, do these people have deaths? Mrs. Me in it. Father's Day. Father's Day, Sports Day. Yeah. My old man will give it too much. I was like, calm down, Dad. It's only Sports Day. Do people die doing this stuff? Do people die? I wonder if they do. Let me see. Let me just have a look. How many people die each year running Marathons. Right, there's loads of equations. Come on, let's just cut to it. Oh man, that's crazy. That's mad. There are, all right, okay. In 2016, a systematic medical review found that the risk of sudden cardiac death during or immediately after a marathon was between 0.6 and 1.9 deaths per 100,000 participants. And then on Wikipedia, there's a list of marathon fatalities. Hang on a minute, I've got to show you it. It ain't small. See, I don't trust those creepy numbers. It's like, hang on, yeah, just tell me, just show me who's died. Look at these lot. So look. This the earliest one is the 15th of July, 1912. Look at it. Look. Heart attack, electrolyte imbalance. Should have got your Picari sweating, son. Heart disease, heart attack. Coronary heart, look, mainly heart attacks. Oh my God, we're only at 2000. Oh no, there you go. So not as many as I'd have thought, but nah, that's not worth dying for. I don't think that's worth dying for. Yeah, that's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah, Mrs. Mearnit went for that as well. Well, apparently so, Will. I don't know if that's an urban myth, but I've certainly heard it. I mean, it's high impact, isn't it, jogging? It's you're banging all your organs up and down all the time. Anyway, I think I might have another video. Okay, this is quite an interesting one. There's a little animal called a jeweled wasp. A jeweled wasp. Looks beautiful. Turns out he's an absolute beast when it comes to insect fights. Now, I'm not watching this because it's an insect fight. I am. But because he's fighting a cockroach, and I hate those fuckers. I haven't had one in this house for a long time, but when I see him, oh Lord, an actual donation. Thank you, Lil Bullet. One of the best streams we've had for a long time, and it's been the shittest grift in a long time. And Bullet saves the day. A marathon runner was stripped of his third place medal after. The thing is, Bullet, I kind of admire him more. That's a little bit like how I would. I can remember having to do the 1500. Do you remember that one? 3 3/4 round the 400 track, I think it was. But I was a real late developer, so it was all right for the other kids who had like Mons Rear and casinos and things, and airy uncles or whatever. But I was like a child, and this other kid was as well. And I remember we were halfway around the first lap, and I was next to him. I said, "Shall I jump in front of you?" And he was like, "Yeah." Like he didn't need to plan it. We knew what the blag was. We were about to get injured. So I just jumped in front of him, and we both fell on the floor going, can we have to go to the medical centre. And the teacher knew we were lying, but they couldn't risk it. They couldn't risk saying, no, you keep running just in case we were injured. Yeah, I'm not running 1,500 meters when I had a physical age of about 7. Fuck off. I just done half a bottle of Tipex thinners. What do you think this is? Nice one, Bullet. You have spider hawks in Cambodia. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't think I want to look into it. Something else to terrify me at night. It's all right when my missus is here because she just tells me that everything bites you, you dead. But let's have a look at this lovely jewel wasp and see how it takes out my enemy. Thank you, Little Bullet, for that donation, by the way. Here we go. Give me an audio check, someone.
An unsuspecting host is first introduced to the arena. The roach is unaccustomed to
That's the cockroach. That's mine enemy. Out here, they're about 4 inches long. They've got wings and they can jump. And when they jump and flap their wings, it makes the most god-awful sound. Thank you, Lumi. Thank you, Scory. So when my missus will just pick them up. Sometimes she throws them at me to terrify me and give me trauma. But, you know, I'm not really squeamish with a lot of things, but those freaking things are awful. And as you'll read it, as you'll hear here, and I only heard it watching his video, he says that they can run something like, it's some ridiculous, and they do really run. When I see one in the house, I have to, you know, creep up on it. And if you don't get it with that first hit, it will be hidden behind a cupboard or something. Before you know it, they can absolutely motor, I tell you. Lumi. Yeah. Well, I've eaten cockroaches. I'll tell you a funny story, actually. I was out in Thailand, and out in Thailand, out here, they eat scorpion, they eat maggots, they eat cockroaches, grasshoppers, locusts, all that sort of stuff. I was with the girl who features in my novel. She runs brothels, well, massage shops. And I was in one of hers once, and she brought out a little plate with a lot of cockroaches on it and a bit of soy sauce. And I thought, well, why not give them a go? So I had a couple, and they were dead, but I still don't like them. And then I said, so what, do they farm these, or are these caught wild? And she went, no, I just got them here. Oh, my days, eating brothel cockroaches on a diet of sperm. Thanks. Brothel cockroaches for breakfast. Traveling ain't always what it cracked up to be. Yeah. No, Moody, you'll find when you hang around here, all the best ones start with, I was at rehab, but Thailand comes a close second. Right, here we go. Let's check it out. Let's see what the dual wasp can do to my insectoid enemy.
Threats from smaller animals. The stage for the battle is set, and the wasp is released.
Now, first of all, note the size difference. That tiny little wasp, you know, it doesn't even look like it's got a big frame, not like the cockroach, which is, you know, sometimes they're like your thumb. Check it out. Hang on a minute. Imagine trying to palm that one off to the STD clinic. Here we go. Let the battle commence.
As soon as the jewel wasp senses a host, she will surprise her prey and use that brief moment to her advantage.
Look at that. Got it on its back. And I've done that. I've sort of booted one, and it's ended up on its back, and they're not, so they're, you know, they haven't got a, what do they call them, a SREMEC, is it, on Robot Wars? A self-righting mechanism, a SREMEC. They haven't got one, so they're, you know, for all their survival capabilities, if you can get one on its back, you know, casino to the sun, so to speak, you're all right. But the old dual wasp is venomous, apparently, or some shit. Check it out. Oh, hello. Would you like to see the rest of that video? I can arrange that for you. Here we go.
Advantage. She attacks.
Gotcha.
The wasp's first sting is brilliantly strategic, just enough to disarm the roach.
Right in the neck. Look at the size difference. Look at the dual wasp with its brilliant green, shiny green coating, and that disgusting vomit yellow cockroach. Just gone in and gone, here, have this. I like to bite in the neck if I have to. That's my weapon of choice, to be honest with you. I don't want to be breaking my fingers. I've got writing to do. So yeah, bite in the throat. Lovely. Continue. Hi. Yeah, that's the second time, or perhaps fifth, actually, that I pressed the wrong button. Let's get back to the battle.
first time it stings it into the central nervous system and causes a temporary paralysis of the front legs.
What an amazing creature. First time it stings you in the central nervous system. I'll get you right in the neck, you horrible thing. Right, let's do this right this time. This one.
Venom hits the roach's nervous system in between its front legs, briefly paralyzing them.
This allows the wasps to do a second, much more precise sting into the brain.
I've got to keep interrupting or I'll get suspended because this is the History Channel. Yeah, so first one into the central nervous system. That must feel good. Imagine that. Oh, well, nice one, Albert. Yeah, I did actually see something about that on because I was looking up. There's various videos of these, but fighting the cockroach was one had to have been done. But one in the central nervous system and then straight into the brain. Good Lord.
The wasp twists its body around the roach so it can sting into its brain and inject the zombifying mixture.
Zombifying mixture. Where do I get some of that from? It's called morphine. Aramas isn't impressed with this one. Sorry, mate. Can't win them all.
The roach's breathing slows. It makes no move to escape.
This brain sting causes a dramatic behavioral change in the cockroach. Basically,
you don't say. The old brain sting. These aren't experts, are they? Anyone in the chat could have said that. A brain sting causes a behavioural change. Oh, really? I would have thought the roach would have thought, oh, that's nice. That's like a bit of ecstasy. Little Bullet, Little Bullet and Alan have kept the grift alive today. Bless you both. I also got a 10-bit from 25-bit from Royal Sunshine and LC350. Apologies. Off topic. Sugar Ray. Don't tell me Sugar Ray Robinson had a venomous brain sting. Sugar Ray Robinson had a dream he was going to kill his opponent and he refused to fight. They managed to persuade to fight and it came true. Well, you might have seen I put the poll results of the dream poll up on my Telegram. Very interesting. The comments are interesting too. I'm going to look into that. Nice one, Little Bullet. Nice one, Mr. African. Appreciato. Steady. Baz saw a Komodo, the Komodo dragon, eat a live monkey. I couldn't watch it. The locals in Indonesia laughed and set bets on how long it would take to wallow the poor bastard. Well, I know this much. The Komodo dragon eats very small prey, but doesn't swallow them. And it lets them rot in its rows of teeth. And that rotten flesh, which is then, riddled with diseases, basically covers its teeth. So when it attacks a monkey, for instance, it doesn't have to catch it. It only needs to bite its ankle, and then the monkey can run away. And the Komodo dragon just slowly follows it, taking its time. No, he can smell it because it's got its own scent on it. And the monkey dies of disease. It dies of having infected blood, septicemia, I guess. Awful, eh? Yaffle, you've been absolutely lurking like a beagle and you've dropped a 20-bit in. Keep up the good work, stroke entertainment. Nice one, Yaff. Bloody lovely to see you as well. I hope you're doing well. You've got my email. We've had a few chats in the past. Always nice to hear from you. That's wonderful. Thank you. And I think you're right. I think it is work stroke entertainment. That's very kind of you. You are a regular day. Well, I do like all that. I mean, cool, isn't it? A Komodo dragon you know, letting small prey rot in its teeth so that it's got basically poison fangs. What an amazing sort of evolution. And imagine it must be quite difficult if you're hungry not to let that small prey go down, because you know that if you can let it rot in your mouth, you're going to be able to take yourself a monkey, for instance, as our friend said. As our friend there said. Vincent wants to know if I've seen the size of the camel spiders. I don't like spiders. I don't want to see the size of them. Sorry. I think I have as well, actually. I don't know why. Is there a link to... I'm not going to read it out, but it's certainly worth reading, people. You people are absolutely on full scrubbage form today. Yeah, there you go, Mrs. Me in it. You've obviously looked into this. Oh, hang on a minute. Pags, they are venomous. It's been recently discovered, but they do also do that other thing, right, Pags? So, okay. So that's interesting. Spencer Pearson, are you a lurker or are you new round here? Lovely to see you. The cockroach will now constantly work against the interest of its kind, particularly on Tumblr. See what I mean? Amazing, amazing quality. I am, but she went out for dinner and she come back earlier. She'll be all right. I'm only doing about another 10 min. I want you to see these videos. Someone said they fancied her earlier. Right, here we go. Hang on, what have I got to check out here? Cordyceps, attack of the killer fung. All right, hang on. All right, let's get to the end of this one first. Attack of the killer fung. All right, hang on. Let me just rack that up. I'll trust your bullet, but you know I don't like doing this sort of thing. Well, I don't know if I've got the same one. It doesn't say cordyceps, but it does say attack of the killer fungi. Is that what you meant? Right. Little Bullet, did you mean attack of the killer fungi? Can you just confirm that? Hello, Dr. Jimmy. Good to see you. This one's worth catching from the start. It's very good. Where's Little Bullet? It is fungus, is it right? Well, I have found something about fungus, but not cordyceps. Right. Anyway, let's see. Watch the rest of let's see this cockroach get it.
Turning it into a zombie.
Wasp venom is precise.
Did you see how beautiful the jewel beetle is, though? Oh, look at that. He looks like he's just had a jewel beetle brain stab. Oh, God. Didn't ask for him to come up.
In humans and other animals, dopamine is a naturally occurring chemical messenger in the brain.
The jewel wasp actually gives them dopamine. Hang on a minute. It's not all bad then.
It regulates movement and sensation. With its dopamine knocked out, the roach cannot move freely or...
The roach is gouching. Can you absolutely believe it? The roach is gouging out. The jewel wasp has just given him a hot hit. Absolutely amazing. Hang on. Right, I've got what you want. I've got what you wanted, Bullet. Don't worry. I've got it racked up. But I just want to see what happens to the mouse cat dropped a 10-bit into entropy. He said Komodo beagles or beagles in kimonos. I don't know why. Stuff just happens nowadays. It has been a linguistic kind of stream, hasn't it? Nice one, mouse cat. That's appreciated. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens now. He's gouged him out. In a minute, this cockroach is going to be panhandling on Charing Cross Road.
Millions of years of evolution have refined this wasp's ability to hit her target and disrupt dopamine with the precision of microscopic brain surgery.
Come back here, you
This
junkie. I want to
remarkable
eat you.
skill isn't learned, it's inherited.
Look at that, though. Beautiful creature. Well, there you go. I wasn't aware. I didn't watch it that far. I didn't need to. I don't want to get a strike, so I'm going to have to drop that one out there. But peculiar that it basically smacks it up, and the cockroach is like, "Oh God, I can't do it. I don't know what the hell's going on," and that's it. And then the wasp eats it. It's not just for fun. It does snack on its belly. I know that much. Right, here we go. This is Little Bullets, and it actually looks amazingly interesting. It's our man Attenborough, which is always a bit appalling. But let's check it out. Yeah, that's what I can see, Bullet. Exactly what the it starts on that. So we've got ant-eating fungus now. From what was it? From Spanish aunties through casinos to ant-eating fungus. That's what you're coming for. Here we go. This is probably going to be BBC, so I'll have to interrupt occasionally.
Incredibly, 80% of all insects live in jungles. Few are more successful than the ants. There can be 8 million individuals in a single hectare.
8 million ants in a hectare.
But jungle ants don't have their own way.
Oh, look, he's got something in his face. He's got something in his eyes.
These bullet ants are showing
Oi, Little Bullet, that's why you wanted it on.
some worrying symptoms. Spores from a parasitic fungus called cordyceps have infiltrated their bodies and their minds.
Oh, I must admit, I know it's only an ant, but it looks like it's having a really hard time, man. That can't be nice.
Its infected brain
That's me when I've got a migraine.
directs this ant upwards. Then
Oh my God, the fungus actually makes the ant go up. Honey monster, what a lovely thing to say. Poor ant. I kind of know what you mean. How amazing that it makes it go upwards, probably so that, well, we'll find out.
utterly disorientated, it grips a stem with its mandibles. Those afflicted that are discovered by the workers are quickly taken away and dumped far away from the colony.
Ants are wicked communists, aren't they? Quick, we got a sick one. Throw him away.
It seems extreme, but this is the reason why.
Oh, this looks awful. This thing in the background that's pulsating doesn't look pleasant.
Like something out of science fiction, the fruiting body of the cordyceps erupts from the ant's head.
Oh my gosh, I was looking at the thing in the background. We're going to have to go back a bit. I didn't see that. Look at, right, so when the ant appears, look at the back of its neck, because I missed that. Look at African. It's dead now. This is like, yeah, this is like Alien, isn't it? Did you see it growing out of its head? Oh gosh, check it.
It seems extreme.
Look.
This is the reason why. Like something out of science fiction, the fruiting body of the cordyceps erupts from the ant's head.
Sorry about the nightmares, people. It's completely taken over the host and is now just growing, using its brain as food. Nature isn't fascinating, it's simply vulgar.
It can take 3 weeks to grow. And when finished, the deadly spores will burst from its tip. Then any ant in the vicinity will be in serious risk of death.
Good God, that's enough of that. I have to stop it or I'll get a strike. Whew. Anyone else feel a little bit like... Yeah, I'm feeling much the same, Rags. It's not me you want to thank, it's our friend Bullet. That is awful. That is awful. Well, that was shocking. This last little video for you, it's an old story. It's about 8 years old, but I caught it by accident, and it just you know, there's just something pathetic about this, which is it really reminded me of utopianist leftist thinking. Now that might be a bit of a reach, but you know, just check this out. It's a couple of minutes. Absurdity. Nice one, Vinny. Much just appreciato. Check this out. Ridiculous.
His bosses instead fired him. Here's Matt Gutman.
Whoa.
There is shock and outrage tonight after a lifeguard saved a man who was drowning because instead of being hailed a hero, his bosses instead fired him. Here's Matt Gutman.
When duty called, Tommy Lopez sprinted.
I had a guest coming to me, someone drowning. I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see anyone. He's like, they're way down over there. So I just started running.
Darting past hordes of beachgoers Monday to save a drowning man.
I was worried about the guy himself, not anything else, because he was blue when I got him.
Instead of being rewarded, he was fired. You see, the 21-year-old knowingly violated a rule that prevents guards from this privately run lifeguard company from leaving their station to help a swimmer in distress.
I just went over and did what I had to do.
Because someone's life was at stake.
Tommy's guard station is about 100 yards that way down the beach. Now, beyond this sign, he's not allowed to go, but the person who was drowning was over there. A spokesperson for Life.
Right. The reason I wanted to show you that, can you imagine if it was a loved one? It can't be yourself because you wouldn't have the after effect. But imagine a loved one or a child was drowning and the lifeguard, someone trained in the ability to rescue you from drowning and save your life, perhaps with mouth-to-mouth resuscitation or whatever, and they didn't. And you'll be like, mate, you saw him drowning, you know what to do, but you didn't. And he said, company rules, not allowed past the green flag. And you'd have no legal recourse because them's the rules. You'd just be like, what the fuck is going on? And they fired him. They did fire that bloke. Now, all his because I've watched the rest of it, all his colleagues also, they all resigned. But it didn't do anything. They just hired other people. It's absurd. I mean, what if someone's on that gap and you've got two lifeguards working for different companies shouting across it, going, he's on your side. No, he's on your side. And you're thinking, well, I ain't going to save him. I can't afford to lose my job. I got children to feed. So the geezer, you know. So my final bit of advice for today's video is if you do find yourself drowning, look for a green flag so that you're definitely in an area where it's a clearly marked area where you can be saved. People, I'm off ski. This has been an incredible stream. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. We've got a load of new scrubisms, and the beauty of scrubisms, you can't contrive them. You can never start a stream and say, right, let's make up some words and give them new meanings, because it would be rubbish. But I think Spanish auntie and Spanish uncle are just are brilliant. But casino is, and then LC 350 comes in and says I had a win at the casino. It was just too good. That's exactly where we're going. I will be putting messages on the screen. The missus goes away tomorrow, so you'll get 2 streams tomorrow because I'm absolutely loving it. I feel on form. You lot are great. And we're getting new people coming to join us, and the numbers are creeping up again. So absolutely wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, people. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Thanks to Moslab. Thanks to Rags for looking after the place. Thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to everyone who joined in the chat. Thanks to all the most delightfuls and lurkers for hanging around and enjoying yourself. And God bless you and lots of love. Take care. Did you find the snake, Adele?
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around.
Aramas and Mousecat, you will be getting your moment on the screen.
Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take.
Thank you, Aramas. There you go. Has the music stopped?
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
I bet the music stopped, isn't it? Can someone tell me if the music stopped? Or whether I've absolutely nailed it?
Deep, deep down underwater.
Thank you, Aramas. Thank you, Mousecat. Still got the music. Amazing. I feel like a right computer wizard. I'm the hacker I always wanted to be. Incredible. So impressed with that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Get high to justify the mess I'm in.
Oh, leave him a message, 42. He'll appreciate it. He really will appreciate it. I know it's Assel and all that. Lulu. It's Paul Mumford on YouTube. It's Paul, isn't it?
Underneath the wave. I'm going
You're damn right I did. It certainly wasn't intentional.
Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
Snake is not found. Good luck, Mrs. Me in it. Oh, there you go. Don't fight, you two. Thank you, Mrs. Me in it. I'll take that. That's right. There you go. He's wearing a hat. If you put it into YouTube, you'll find it. He's got about 20 albums up there.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Me or Ball? Oh, Skin Scarf. Check it out from the start. It was a cracker. Really, you'll love it. There'll be 2 tomorrow, mate.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna make my grave underneath the wave.
Yeah, well, all rock music is blues, really. So, you know, Justin Bieber it is for you. Go on, get down your own end, or I'll be telling your mother about your Spanish auntie. Ta-da!